welcome back. Episode 4. Watch this one. Sandwich Sudokus, min-max lines. So yeah, like once again, these are starting off easier. They get harder the more and more we go into it. They get more and more fun as well. But this is kind of like the intro. Um, Whispers, min-max lines, and sandwiches. Oh, okay. Got German whispers, which means they have to alternate parity between high and low. Basically differ by 5. So you've got your your 4 low numbers and your 4 high numbers. Not parity actually. If we have a 2 here, this has to be different by 5. So it's 7, 8, or 9. So it's low number, high number, and then have maybe a 1, and then a 9, and then a 4 or whatever. So low number, high number basically. They have to differ by 5 along this green line. That's min-max. I don't think we've seen this before. Basically, what this is saying is that this cell is larger in number than all 4 of these around it. And this minimum saying all 4 of these numbers are larger than this one. And then we've got sandwich. So these numbers on the outside, let's say a 35, that means that between where 1 and 9 are placed in the box, in that, not box, in the column, these digits in here have to add up to 35. I think this is going to be a pretty easy puzzle looking at it. There's a few major giveaways at the start, so I reckon you guys can do this one without any help from me, but we'll see. Get going. 35 is a pretty obvious start. We've got because all the digits 1 to 9 add up to 45, minus 1 and 9 itself is 35. So we have to have our 1 and 9s on the outsides, basically. And then this min-max, meaning that this number has to be larger than that. If that was a 1, that'd have to be a 0. Not possible. So that's a 9, that's a 1. Pretty easy start. The other thing about these German Renbands is that you can't put 5 on it. Because if a 5, you have to differ by at least 5. You have to either put a 0 or a 10. Well, a 10 or a 0, which we can't do in Sudoku. So a 5 will have to go both there and there. I guess these two kind of tell us the same thing about this top one, is about which section's high and which section's low. Because a 5, that has to be a 1, 2, 3, 4 now, and that would mean that's high, that's low, and that's obviously high because it's bigger than these two. So these are our low numbers up here, and we're going to go cold. Blue is cold, red is hot. Same thing over here, this has to be higher than both of these. That's red, a higher number, and all of those would be higher, and all of those would be lower. It's just, there's a few like simple rules that you can figure out, but with German Renbands, you have a 4 and a 6 have to be on one of the edge cells, as in if it's all in a straight line. Because let's say if this was our 4, actually I'll do it like a shift. If that's a 4, they have to differ by at least 5. So this would have to be a 9, and this would have to also be a 9, because those are only viable digits, and then that doesn't work in a column. So we know that the small digit on the end has to be a 4 in both situations, and likewise the high digit has to be a 6 because of the reverse. Alright, the 6 once again has to differ by at least 5, which means those are now both 1s. Same thing with the 4, at least 5, those are both 9s. And then from there, this can... Now, I'm wondering whether we can place 7 or 8s. So let's say this is a... Well, 7 can't go next to a 3, basically. So these two digits in the middle can't be 7s, because we have to put 2 and 3 on each side. The digits in the middles are 8. So which means the digits on the outsides are 7. Digits in here are 2. Digits over here are 3. So yeah, Renbands are super easy when they're placed like this. They get more difficult when they're not all in the same line or all in the same box. But I thought this was a probably when I was making the puzzle, a good way to set them. We'll just confirm with this 20, so 1 and 9, it's got 20 added up in between them. Now, this 31 is interesting, meaning we have all the numbers but 4 inside, or we could have all the numbers but 2 2s, which is not possible, which means it's likely going to, I'm pretty confident this is the 1 9 pair there with a 4 on the outside, which will get us to, no matter what these numbers are in order, they'll add up to 31, plus the 4 is 35, plus the 10 is 45. This 0 means this 1 and 9 in this box have to be next to each other, which puts it there. 5 is bigger than this number, so it has to be a 3 or a 2, because it can't be 1 or a 4. And likewise for these numbers, it has to be a 1, 2 or 3, because it can't be 4. Now, is there, some magic we can do here? This 18 in here means that between 1 and 9 there has to be 18. The 1 can't go there, obviously. Can't go there. That can't sum. We'll need at least 3 cells to sum to 18, which would be, because we can't go 9 plus 8 is 17, so we need at least 3. So I'm guessing the 1 and 9 is going to have to go there, but can we get there 18 in 5? 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 5 is 10, plus 4 is 14, plus 6 is 20. So that has to be a 1 or a 9 there. And it can't, so that's the 1, which means these are no longer 1s. And that's a 2, 3 pair. 18 in 3 digits means we have to have an average of 6. So that's got a lot of possibilities. About this app, we don't have that little sandwich, that little sandwich assister, let's just call it. Yeah, it's going to make it slightly harder, but nothing we can't handle. A 4 means 1 and 9 have to be surrounding a 4, and we know it can't be in here. We know there can't be a 1 or 9 in this row, so there's no 1 or 9s here. You can't go here and here because that's surrounding a 1 and a 9, so that can't be in 1 or 9. Which means we've only got really 1 9 in there with a 4 in the middle, which means that's a 9, that's a 1, that's a 1, that's a 9, that's a 1. Which means we could probably fill in the rest of the 1s. No, we can't. We've just got a lovely wing for us. But maybe the rest of the 9s. It has to go there. Okay, so this... we can't have a 9 anywhere here. Which means, and we have to sum to 13. And we can't go here and here, so we have to go here and somewhere else. 13, the smallest amount of digits we can do 13 in is 2, with a 8 and a 5, or a 6 and a 7. We could also go 3 digits, like a 4 or a 5 and a, nope, a 3, a 5 and a, nope, a 3, a 4 and a 6 is how we'd have to do 3 digits. But we know it's a 1. Oh no, that doesn't work then. I see why that doesn't work. So the 1 has to go here. And then that means the 9 has to go there. So the 1... okay. Basically, yes, that has to be the 9. Because the 1's only spots are over here. And we can't go... or I guess we could. 3, 4, and 6. So I'm just waffling, basically. I mean, it's a skill I need to develop, maybe. Some might say. a 4 here somewhere. Just wondering where we go now. A 9 either is 2 digits or 3. If we go 2, 3, 4, and a 9 there. Actually, no, we can't do that. So the 1 would have to have a 9 there. And here we go either 4, 5, or all the digits, 3, 6, or 2, 7. Or can't go, so yes, it's either 4, 5, 3, 6, which you can't do because it's 6 already, and 2, 7. And that can't be a 4, which means that can't be the 5. I mean, that can't be a 7. So that can't be a 2. Okay, does this 9... Yep. So now the only place a 9 can go in this row is there. Now the 1 can't go there because that doesn't sum, so the 1 has to go there to get that to sum to 13. 4 minus 13 is 9. So this has to sum to 9 now. So it can't be a 4, 5, so it's either a 3, 6 or a 2, 7. In there. 18 and 3, if we have a 2, that means we need 16 and 2. Which is not possible. Because we can't use a 9, so it had to be 7, 8, which sums to 15. So that can't be a 2, which means that can't be a 7. A 3 in there would mean we have to go get this to get to 15, so that would be 7, 8. Which is also not possible. Because if we put a 7 in there, these two digits have to be bigger. And the only digits bigger, 8 and 9, we've already got a 9 in the box. Likewise, if that's an 8, all of these have to be 9. So that can't be a 3. Which means that can't be a 6. Oh, that 3 makes that a 2 now. And that 2 means 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 7 is 13. This now needs to add up to 11, which can be done with a 8 and a 3. Or a 7 and a 4. Or a 5 and a 6. Oh, it can't be a 7 and a 4. Or a 5 and a 6. And that can't be the 8, so that can't be the 3. Oh my god, I feel like a massive sneezing coming. But now that I've said it, I'm not going to sneeze. This is how it works. It's a law. Oh. Okay. Okay, if this was the 6, 13, that would have to be the 5. And the 5 is not bigger than 6, so that's not a 5. Okay. I feel like maybe we can do some traditional Sudoku now. Oh, well, that 7 makes that a 5. 4 plus 5 is 9. Makes that the 4 up there. And surely we can put all the 4s in now. Yes, there's a 4 there. And a 4 there. Now a 4 is not bigger than a 5, so that makes that a 3. 3, 7, 8. And I think this puzzle will now start to solve itself for us. It feels like, you know, we're into the puzzle now. This has to be a 3, it has to be a 6 or an 8. That can't be the 6 over there. This has to be a 1, 2, a 2, 5, 6. That's not a 5. And then this has to be a 1, 3, 7, 8. Where this isn't 1. That can't be a 1. So the only way a 1 can go in that row is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there, which means that's a okay, well, it's not a 3, but whatever it is goes at the bottom here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6. So 6 goes down here. Now 6 is the only place in that top row it can go there. This has to be a 2, a 3, or a 7. That can't be a 2 or a 7. That's a 3. And that can't be a 2 like this. Okay, that can't be a 3 now. One, two, three, 4, 5. There's a 6 there. Oh no, I can go there still. What am I doing? Okay, the 1s are foil, the 2s. Can still go a few places, the 3s. Let's go there. The 4 is done by the looks of things. The 5. I was like, we swear we've got more than 5. The 5s are realistically can go anywhere. The 6 has to go down there in the corner. 1, 2, 3. Makes that a 5. Seven up in the top corner. One, two, three. The 7 there, the 8 there. I think that's the 7's done now. The 8's. 8 can't go there. Yeah, the 8 can still go multiple places. 9 down here. And a 9 up there. This has to be either a 2 or a 3. And that's a 2. That's a 5. That's a 2. That's a 3. That's an 8. That's a 6. That's a 3. This is basically solved, which is what you like to see. But now comes the process of just putting in numbers. 3 or a 5. 3, 5, 8, 5 or a 6. Nope. 1, 2, 3. Feels like it's missing an 8. That column feels like it's missing a 5 and a 2. Easy. Another easy one. Bit of fun. Once you get into the puzzle with those run bands, it comes around. Pretty easy. Cool. More's going to be keeping on coming until we got videos for all 20, and then I'm going to have to create more because I know I enjoy solving these cryptic clues, not clues, cryptic Sudokus. So have fun. Hopefully this one was easy. Was able to breeze through it like I did, and yeah, the more exciting ones are coming. I can't wait to try one of my Minesweeper ones again because I enjoyed creating those. And they're actually somewhat difficult, you just need to figure out the concepts. So, easy. See you guys in the next one.